Yeah, so I guess a lot of people may not understand um, when it comes to certain dog breeds, anything in the Molosser family, the Bulldog family, from everything, from fucking English Mastiff, Neapolitan Mastiff, all the way down to the Bulldog of the pub, and even I dare so to say now with the fluffy Frenchies. The Frenchies, I guess they're breeding them with Pomeranians. I don't fucking know what's going on. But in all facets, man, of the Bulldog and Mousy family, they're all related, intertwined, and dealing with each other on a variety of scales, man. You can see it all across the board that we're all related. I don't care if it's an oldie, I don't care if it's an Alapaha, I don't care if it's a Victorian Bulldog, I don't care if it's a Pit Bull, I don't care if it's a bull terrier. I don't care if it's a catch dog. I don't care if it's a band dog. I don't care if it's a presser, kind of corso. What I got would be considered a bracchiero. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? They all come from a specific genetic pie. You understand me? And depending upon what degree you're talking, they've all been bred together. The English Bulldog was bred with was it English Mastiff to make a Bull Mastiff. So things like this have been going on. Everybody has a representation from every region. You know, some would say that they're Molosses. Some would say they're Mastiffs. I dare say they're just the Bulldogs of their region. All of them. I don't care where you go. If it's a Cane Corso, Presa Canario, Doge Bordeaux, uh, they're all different persuasions, man. They're all they're it's just like ah, just you just be oblivious, and they're all still today cooking up the same stuff. I mean, I grew up in Maryland. I've lived overseas. I would like to say I'm very well rounded, but my home base is Maryland. And that's everything from Baltimore, DC, um, Eastern Shore, even into Delaware. That whole Delmarva Peninsula, you know what I'm saying? Take the military bridge back in to get to Norfolk or Virginia Beach, everything. Delmarva, that's where I'm from. So in the grand scheme of things, I started dealing with these dogs personally myself in '98. Okay. Um, at that time, where I was from, it was just pretty much, you know, game dogs, pit bulls, Chinaman, Jeep Kobe, Honey Bunch, Finley Bow, you know, Maryland, Brooklyn. My first dogs, official dogs, I got them from Brooklyn. Anybody know Brooklyn? That's it's like Baltimore, but it's like 1 foot in Anne Arundel County, 1 foot in Baltimore. But nonetheless, they got Patapsco down there, the flea market. This is the Baltimore area. People who are not familiar. White dude, man. I was on the internet. White dude, met him. I was living in Edgewood, Maryland. Drove down there, dumb. It's like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I drove down there to get my first dog, man. Then I came back and got a sister. A couple of months later, I'll talk about that maybe at another time. But man, we had the best Jeep Kobe. And yo, you could get Baltimore, that part of town, boy, that's where them dogs came from. So unbeknownst to me, he told me he's like, yo, she's a 3-time, his mother's a 3-time, the scheme. But I didn't get it. I just wanted the dog, man. I ain't really, it's not necessarily my cup of tea, not passing judgment, but hey, I respect the dog for what it is and what it's supposed to be. So man, we've always had access to it, and coming horizon, a lot of people don't know. I'm gonna let you know right now. I do consider myself a part of the foundational breeders, meaning because we move the needle. And when I say that is by this. A lot of people, if you if you don't know that, okay, Maryland, DC, we pretty much created the American bully. We perfected it. You can't. We what other parts of in the United States, whether it's Midwest, they always had the thing for them red dogs, man. You could get a red dog down there in Texas, down there in the Midwest. They have them red dogs down there, man. You could get the motherfucker short, bully, big, burly. So and in the West Coast, they had always had the bigger dogs. They were, doing their thing with the mastiffs. But what I'm trying to say is, we created the American bully out of necessity. And when I say that, and that's why I say the intentions of it have always came from a pure place. And I know this is going from one extreme to the other, but I'm trying to give you guys a good mix, okay? In the DC area, PG County, DC, whatever, them dogs was banned, okay? This is what I'm trying to tell you. If you lived in Baltimore or the Baltimore area, you'll know. Our dogs held value because we could actually have them. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? We could actually breed them, have them, own them, sell them. So the market, man, we were selling unpapered game dogs for like 500. $500, no papers, no nothing. Come see the parents, motherfucker. That's all we cared about. We want to see the parents. We want to see the pics of the ties. But what I'm trying to tell you is our dogs held more weight because we could own them. So if you looked in the Baltimore Sun from '93 to I dare say about 2000 and let's do early 2000 and I'll give you 2005 from '98 to 2005. Man, if you looked at those, if you were in the Baltimore classified looking for dogs, um, you knew that's what the market was. But what I'm trying to say is this: that bully, the American bully breed, was created out of necessity and pure intention. Okay, they couldn't even own them dogs, man. Listen, this is how bad it was, and this is a testament to this story. I wouldn't sell you a dog if you lived down there because I knew you couldn't have it. I knew if you called me from a 301, 202, 240, I ain't fuck with you because you was getting some shit you couldn't have. Pound, come get it. They gonna kill it. So they had to listen. They had to differentiate. So they did. They did, and it was all a hand in hand process because they were incorporating other breeds that were legal, i.e., the oldie, i.e., the Corso, i.e., the Prussia, i.e., you know what I'm saying? Other breeds. So they had to say. So when they came, so when the motherfucking Pound Man came, they had to say, look. This ain't no pit bull. So they had it was created with pure intention and out of good necessity. And I would have to say that because I was in the mix, man. I seen it. Man, them Razor's Edge dogs was going for like three, four, $500 in the Baltimore Sun. You know why? Because they was hot. If you lived, man, listen. I had the first two-time torpedo daughter. I had the only one uh, in the United States. This is Razor's Edge torpedo. Came from the same litter as Manu and all the other greats. But he's the one you ain't get that much. He was rare, rare. I had him on top bottom of my foundation female. I had a York boy, blue and white, flashy. He had all the old school um foundation blood of the Razor's Edge. I'm talking about them clean motherfuckers, top notch chino. This motherfucker was gorgeous. His name was Sosa, blue and white. And my female got her from Northern Virginia by a breeder by the name of Reggie Tate. He bred oldies and was getting into the course. He was actually military. This is early 2000s. He was going over there to Italy to get his directly in the early 2000s. So we dogmen out here. So make a long story short, and that's the core of it. You could get them dogs, man. You had to be here. You had to be here. And I hear all these people talking about, oh yeah, we've been. Nah, nigga, y'all was the motherfucking groupies, man. We was the motherfuckers out here putting that work in, man. From literally, I'm not gonna lie, it flew up here. That bully blood, it flew up here, but and I was niggas ain't have what I had, and nor access to what I had. I met two of the biggest breeders in Northern Virginia. Just off of having dogs and putting shit out there and respond. I met some two of them that had access to everything I need. When I came back to the game, I got the best. I took a fucking 4 year hiatus, came back to the game, and got the best thing, period, of what it should be. Simple. Ain't no. If you know better, you know better. That dog was everything that dog is. But what I'm trying to say is just not to be all over the place. You can get them dogs, man. They were illegal. And, it was done out of good intention and necessity. So we've been mixing breeds together. It's nothing. We do that shit. And what I learned and what I already knew was that I thought, coming from dealing with the bullies and the pits and all that, and seeing, you know what I'm saying, how we used to cook these dogs up. You know what I mean? It was, the formula was simple, man. Real brood male off of a brood female. That's key. Keep that shit locked in. Your brood male would add to the right? So you locked in. If you get any of that good shit from the mom, you locked in. So they was already mixing OD, Mastiff, bring it to something clean, get it right. But we didn't bring it out like that. Motherfuckers didn't bring it out till it was done. You know what I mean? Y'all new school, man. When I got back, what was it, 2012, 2000? Y'all was bringing out F1. You ain't never see them dogs. Them dogs got placed out. You saw what was cooked up, finished product. Move, boy. So, but we've always been cooking them up. But it's a certain, moving to these corsos, these mastiffs. They're all band dogs, man. That's all they are. There's no consistency. I got these dogs. I'm like, yo, look at these dogs. These motherfuckers got great. They look like Great Dane boxer. It's like Great Dane boxer, and then whatever's left is what's supposed to be kind of full. So, you know, they do the same things. Badass. What's my attention? They do the same thing. But what I'm trying to tell you is that it all comes from a specific thing. Man, nothing is new under the sun. Nobody is the God-given savior. There's a process, and with it, it got to reciprocate itself. No, it's a certain recipe. Everything holds true. Nothing is new under the sun. I've been dealing with these dogs. I ain't no old head, but I've had exposure, man. I've seen it. At a very young age, I never understood this, right? There was this dude. Right? I was an elementary. We went to, what was it? Where did we go? I think we went to some decoy pond in Haverty Grace, Maryland, right? So we out there, and if you know, if you're from the area, you know it's water. Badass. So we go there, and there's this guy. One looks like a pit bull. One looks like a mastiff crossed something in a lab. Some funky looking dog, but he was out there doing something with the dogs, right? And it blew my mind. He was standing on this long, tall cliff, and there was nothing but water underneath of that cliff. But there was an area for the dog to swim to after it jumped, so he could come back to the point. So one dog I saw just jump right in. Dog jumped right in, and I could tell that this was something that he was used to. From a young age. It wasn't like I seen that he saw was routine. This was like a test. So he threw it. The dog jumped in. Boom. Boom. He did the same thing with the other dog. The dog didn't move, didn't do nothing. And he did some shit that fucked me up. He was like, he went to my homeboy. He was like, yo, crack him over the head, man. My mind, I'm like, what the fuck? But that just let me know, like, certain people know definitively how to test their dogs, or they test their dogs on any scale. And what seems is minute and small to you is very big when they're talking about reciprocating and producing. People actually take breeding dogs seriously. That really breed them for true purpose and with pure intention. We're not, people just don't put these dogs together. Just it's time, man. It's like it's a different study, you know. It's a different study, different type of study. You have to know. You have to literally grade them on like a quarterly basis, like with no blinders on. And then it's a process. So I saw that. I was like, yo, this dude, but it stuck with me, man, because like you have to know what you got. And that's pride. You know what I'm saying? He was out there doing something. Why and what? But he was testing his dog. So we really, there's a science to it, man. And there's a way of doing things with good intentions, right? And then there's a way of just doing it just to do it. And we've always took pride in creating something, having something that no one doesn't have, putting something together that no one can. because of the process. So you can try to jump on bandwagons, but unless you was there for a certain piece of the work, you don't know what you got moving forward. You have to actually have something solidified in your hands moving a certain direction until you can definitively know what you got moving forward. And that's a process. So that is what is sacred. You know, everything is not for the public. So, and until you have it's a certain level that you get. If you're just a novice or somebody coming in dealing with these dogs, you will be on an emotional roller coaster. You think it's all puppies, and there's yard accidents, there's dogs not making it, there's dogs passing, it's different. You don't know shit, motherfucker. You will get ripped in every which way. You will learn the true essence of nature and life dealing with these dogs for an extended period of time. You will have a greater appreciation. So, in the grand scheme of things, you become, to a certain degree, I would say cool. But that's good, given everything that you have been through. But in the grand scheme of things, man, it's a lot. It's more than what you could have imagined. So you have to understand it's a process. Everything is a process. Everything is a certain recipe. Nothing is new under the sun. It's the intention of it that is paramount. So that's my little everywhere, all over the place rant. But you have to grasp that there's nothing pure. What you're seeing is a representation of a process, you know. So you just have to know, is that process still continuing on the same path? How far has it deviated? Or have we gone completely so far off course that we have to take the long way. We have to go all the way around the bullshit that's in front of us just to get what we want. And that's what you have to do.